Hello, this is Freyja from Cadaver Beach for the Risks recording. So you did rhythm guitar and vocals.
Yes.
How do you think the guitar went?
I think the guitar went pretty decent. It was quite good when we were recording because we still had the drums and we did it to a metronome, I'm pretty sure. So, especially because it was all rhythm guitar and it's all 16ths. So it was very good for keeping in time because I know that when I play live, I go in and out of time.
Yeah.
But I found it fairly easy. It took, I think, about 2-3-ish takes and then that was it, really.
Yeah. I don't think it was first take, but for the most part, it was just.
Yeah.
You know, and you're used to the song, obviously.
I've played the song to
you played
death.
the song so many times.
Yeah.
And you played it sat on the floor, I think.
Yeah, I was. I was sat cross-legged with, like, you know when people sit cross-legged weird? I was sat cross-legged weird and I had my guitar all the way up there.
Do you reckon that helped?
I'm going to say it did help. It helped with the vibes, actually. The higher the guitar, the more skilled you are. Everyone knows that.
Exactly. That's why jazz musicians play it there.
Math rock musicians are also there.
And how do you think the vocals went?
I think I had a little bit of a Barney with the vocals, do you remember? Because I was feeling a bit ill. I was being dramatic and I was a bit coughy. So we had to do a bunch of stuff at the start to make sure that everything was kind of okay and I was mentally and physically well enough to sing. But I mean, once we got into it, again, it was the same deal with the guitars. It was about 2-3-ish takes and then that was it. I just remember that for the big note at the end, we had to do that quite a few times because we wanted it to kind of be nice, consistent. Because I think for the first couple, I just did a bit too much vibrato and it was a bit...
Yeah, so we got it through kind of all good, and then there were just a couple of bits where we redid them to make sure they were perfect for the recording.
Because we were not blessed with Melodyne, so there was a couple duff notes and I just had to manually correct those. Like we'd listen back and I'd go, oh, that's a bit flat, that.
And then you did some humming during the bridge. But
yes.
I got rid of that. Did you want that to stay?
I'm going to be honest, I'm not really too bothered about my humming.
No,
I think I'm more than happy to leave it up to your artistic interpretation of what you think the track should be.
Okay, well the vocals are pretty much just the same as the original track.
I like the way that you've mixed them though. You've mixed them a little bit different. They seem a bit more... They've got a tiny bit more reverb, a bit more atmosphere to them.
And I've put them through a guitar amp. Just because it's that kind of hard rock, angry sounding song.
I prefer the tone of the guitars.
Of the guitars?
Yeah. Because, fun fact about the recording of Risk that nobody knows. This doesn't particularly pertain to me, but it's interesting. When we were recording the drums, the drum pedal was squeaky. And nobody had oil for the drum pedal. And if you listen really closely, you can hear the squeaking of the bass drum with the drum pedal. And I'm so happy it's not in this one.
Damn. Yeah. I don't think that happened. Yeah, the guitar tones.
It's just nice. It's crunchy.
I think that's just straight from the amp.
Yeah, was it the Randall or the Fender? Because I remember we did it in the big
It was
hall.
in the big hall. I think it would have been through the Randall. Because that's just an angrier amp in general. So we didn't really need to add any effects to that. I EQ'd it a little bit just to slot it in place a bit more.
In usual Cardinal Newman College Music Department fashion, Callum pretty much did all of the work in that department.
But there's no extra distortion or anything. So this is just... I quite like how kind of raw it is. Yeah. I think that fits the song.
Well, I think it was good that it wasn't a bit too thick. Because, of course, you've got two guitars in this track, it's not just one. But especially with rhythm guitar, sometimes if you get it wrong, it sounds a bit empty, and then you've kind of just got the lead guitar chucked in over the top of that. But I quite liked how it sounded. I was a very big fan of that tonage, bro.
Yeah. And were you comfortable with how it all...
I'm very happy with how it all turned out. It was, very easy to work with, of course. Love you, Harvey. But... in general, because it was with all my bandmates anyway, we already knew the song. Everything went nice and smoothly. The guitar sounded good. The vocals were going okay.
The vocals sound good now.
Oh, thank you. After hours and hours of mixing, illegally downloading Melodyne.
Yeah, that's good. Thank you.